got the reigning Mountain West champion Boise State Broncos heading down to South Florida, and then take a look here, and then as we go into I think that's week 1, but as we take a look into week 1 as well, Nebraska is a 6.5-point favorite over Cincinnati, and then Auburn is a 2.5-point favorite at Baylor. I'm trying to see, and the big game that everybody's gonna be talking about on this day. Ohio State, the reigning defending national champions, are a 2.5-point favorite over the Texas Longhorns.
Yes, thank you for that update, Cody. Make sure to get your bets in with FanDuel. All right, thank you for that quick break. All right, we are going to go into what things that stood out in the John Hock press conference. What are some things that stood out to you, Cody?
Definitely the big thing for me was the pass rush. Now, that was the question I think everybody has been asking for, especially just with the way the defensive line was not able to be as productive as I would have liked it to be. So some things John Hock talked about when it came to improving the pass rush is they're not gonna change anything significant. They're not gonna just all of a sudden be a blitz team. Like, they're not just gonna be blitz all the time. They haven't been a blitz team. They never will be, and they're looking to get back to using coverage sacks. I think in previous years we've had that for sure. It's just having the guys that can do like those. The names I can think of right now: Ray Lima, Spencer Ben, Jaquan Bailey, and then bring down linebackers like Mike Rose and Marcel Spears, Ryan Vance. Having those kind of guys on the defensive line, so that way we don't have to worry about forcing having us to put 5 or 6 guys on the line, so that way we can try to get pressure on the QB, because that leaves our coverage thin.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and getting back to the basics, honestly. And I think one thing he said that's really stood out to me is a quote that was just ringing in my mind. He said that they believe that they were playing a bunch of defenses and not playing defenses. Now, obviously, you look at that quote, you're like, what is he talking about? Well, you see the defense had a lot of injuries last year, so they had a whole bunch of guys just playing positions and playing different formations, but they weren't really just playing the type of defense that Iowa State wants to play, which I think is a legit reason to why they had the struggles that they had.
Yeah. I think, there were times where we just were struggling to really wrap guys up, getting guys in the right spot. And part of it is just the execution of the play, but also, just imagine having to change your defense formation week in, week out because another guy on your defense just got dropped with an injury. Another linebacker's out for this game with an injury. Defensive back is out with an injury, and then you're just stretched thin. You're playing these guys that you didn't expect to play heading into the season. But now, right, I think we should have a good opportunity for that. And everybody, at least, I think almost every single player on our team on the defensive side has had some sort of in-game experience. So I think, yes, it was not a great defensive overall performance last year, but I think heading into this year, I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because now you have all these players that have in-game reps. They know how to handle these in-game situations, and I think that's for the better. And we can use that in the right way, it could be an advantage for our defense.
Completely agree. And there's a lot of the young guys who stood out. A few of the notable names, so it's a list. So bear with me. Marcus Neal, Jace Gilbert, a guy who was supposed to see playing time last year but was hurt. Elijah Carnell, Kajon Cummins-Coleman, who we talked about in previous shows. Benny Ngoyi, who's learning the nickel position, who converted from wide receiver, and we've been blessed to have good corners to convert from wide receivers. So I think he'll maybe be the next great one. So having the young guys come in, and also another guy to look out for is Quentin Taylor, who's also been having a good position or a good camp. Man, it's just it'll be interesting to see how this defense responds